Three paid staff volunteer their time to be able to come out and to do something they consider meaningful with the hawks. The most apparent.
Can I take a picture of that? Can I take a picture of that?
Yeah.
They don't migrate at all. And with enough data, and it's going to take years and years to get more data, but it's kind of amazing that so many of the very basic questions about hawks haven't been answered. And so, always saying something. You know, when I see people looking up at the they clap, 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 fly, clap, 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 fly, as opposed to a falcon, which has really, really long gliding aspect. Accipiters, they sort of have to start flapping almost immediately, or else they'll drop out of here. So clap, 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 fly. Oh, one of the things that looks kind of like a falcon, taking a look at your yellow sheets, are kites. Kites also have long, pointy wings and sort of a short and relatively long tail, but they don't flap really, really fast or powerfully. They kind of languidly flap, and they look kind of like gulls otherwise, because they're mainly gray and white, but they have about the same shape as a falcon. These are probably the most commonly seen hawks. These are like red-tailed hawks. These are called bootios, and they mainly soar with their great, big, long, rounded wings and short, rounded tail. They do a lot of soaring.
Come on, quickly. I'll take a picture. Can you face me, guys? Can you look at me? Okay. Ready? 1, 2. Cheese. You can sit down in front. They're giving a lecture. No one's listening.
There's a polish. Hey! CJ, there's a polish. I bring polish.
Guys, look at that though. There's a pirate ship underneath the bridge.
Oh yeah, pirate ship.
It's a pirate ship.
Hey, look, those pirates.
Later than 1 o'clock, but there is a bird that is going to be at the banding demonstration. Right over there at this. How many? In about a half hour.
Oh, Pat, 1776 day remains. Can we get a head count? How many tails?
Long tail for all that kind of maneuverability. The other bird is a merlin. It's a little falcon. I like to describe them as basically if you took a peregrine and just compacted the whole thing down. The look is similar, the attitude is similar, it's just a more concentrated package of it. So, great little birds. They're built for overtaking birds in open flight. Some of the same birds, little songbirds and stuff like that, but and they look to be adult feathers, so it looks like this bird is actually several years old. That's kind of fun too. So again, if you can see that sort of gray color, again, she would be brownish if she was a juvenile bird. You see how her tail is sort of a squared off, flatter shape. If she was a Cooper's hawk, it would be a much rounder tail. And you see the shape of the feathers themselves are a little bit squared off, a little bit flatter at the tip. Not a very wide white tip to it. If it was a Cooper's hawk, those tail feathers would even be a little bit rounder shape. And there'd be a much wider white tip. Can you see up there? Okay, cool. Thank you. So you can see that tail. You see the wide, sort of even, gray, lighter and darker bands. Remember that because when we compare it with the merlin's tail, you're going to see a real difference. Birds, their eyes are yellow, kind of a real butter yellow. As sharp-shinned hawks and Cooper's hawks, accipiters in general, as they age, their eyes go from yellow to sort of pumpkiny orange to red to really deep red. This bird has an incredible garnet eye, which is another reason why I think it's safe to say she's several years old. I'm going to walk over here, I'm going to hold out her wing. See, well, one thing to see, I'm going to quickly throw this around and then I'll hold out a wing. See how short her tail is? Comparison, I mean, her wing is compared to the length of her tail. Can everybody see that? How short her wings are? Okay, that's one of the key ways that you can tell accipiters when you see them, this real short wing to tail ratio. So if you see a perched bird, this is going to be one step to really help you identify it. It's amazing the number of peregrines that are hunting birds at people's feeders. We can all pretty safely guess that they're Cooper's. Hey you, wait, I'm gonna change my grip a bit here because I think he'll be good as long as we're quiet. You can see his beautiful chocolate brown eye. Those of you on that side, you can see his streaky underneath. You can see those long wings. And again, you see the very different, very bold pattern. Those of you who are familiar with what a peregrine looks like, you see the hint of the mustache mark, just like the other falcons have. It's not as distinct on them. You see that he's got that pale eyebrow. Come around here. And everybody, I hope, is getting a good look at Mr. Early Bird. And if you want to bring her out, I think we'll be able to show them side by side. Can you get her wing out? These two birds. I'll try to come around here so everybody can see the two of them side by side. If there's one thing you can count on, you can't count on. Okay, now we're going to let the little merlin go. Okay, little guy, you ready to go out there? You going to eat all those house rats?
Look at the bird.
Okay, so here's
Ayan, right there, right there. They're releasing the bird now.
He's flown all the way from the tundra already to get here. He's probably going to go down to Mexico, so he's still got some time to go. Yeah, right over the boreal forest. Okay, same thing, 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, I'm going to do a slow release, so let's see how slow he goes. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Look at those little wings, and he's going to.
Hey guys, hey,
Lawrence!
guys,
Over here.
over here.
To the back. Wait for me!
One, two.
Turn this way. Jacob.
Look at me.
2.
Okay.